Welcome into HHS TV. Today we have a report on where to get the best data service in Harriton, the first new sports segment with Jack, and a story about the chickens in our school. That's all right now, live from the Harriton High School television studio in Rosemont, Pennsylvania. This is the Ram Report with Ron and Rachel.
Hello, I'm Rachel Harmon.
Along with Laurent Bruner.
For today's Ram Report. We start off today's show with the report I made along with Willa Salmonson on where to get the best service in our school. Here's more on that now. It's no secret how horrible data access in Harriton is. But why is that the case? Is the school purposefully blocking our signal, or is something else to blame? Hello, my name is Rachel Harmon.
And I'm Willa Salmonson.
And we decided to find out once and for all, where is the best place to send your texts and why? Starting on the first floor, good luck getting any service here. The history hallway really lives up to its name, sending us back to the dark ages with low download speeds and even worse uploads. And don't even try opening your phone inside the classrooms, where download speeds can be found as low as 0.3 megabits per second. For context, 25 is considered a good download speed, and 3 megabits per second is considered good for uploads. The gym hallway is surprisingly even worse, with not even enough service to run the test. However, the first floor gets slight redemption for the cafeteria with a 6.4 megabits per second rate for download speeds and a 0.7 megabits per second upload speed. For the second floor, the library has the highest download rate in the entire school, 60.2 megabits per second, as well as a decent 1.3 megabits per second upload speed. The English hallway gets progressively worse until we reach the business rooms, where again, we couldn't even load the speed test.
Let's take a quick break to find out why this is so atrocious. We talked to Mr. Fraser, the LMSD Director of Information Systems, to get some insight.
The building itself is almost insulation against those telco signals. So buildings like Harriton High School that are made of stone and steel and have lockers, for example, all that acts like insulation against the telco signal getting into the building.
One thing that demonstrates this was the science wing. By far the best was bio, with a whopping 46.9 megabits per second download and 3.5 megabits per second uploads. But go one floor down and you're stuck with chemistry, where the test could not even load. Is there anything that's being done or that can be done to make the service in our school better?
The extenders that we're talking about, pulling them throughout the building, are extremely expensive. So I can tell you right now that they're not in the budget.
So what can we learn from all of this? If you're looking to get reception for Verizon phones, the best place to look is the library or the third floor.
From Willa and Rachel, now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Willa and Rachel. After a year without a sports segment on the Ram Report, we finally have a successor to pick up the mantle. Let's cut to Jack Lesser with our sports segment.
Good afternoon, Harriton. I'm Jack Lesser, and this is Harriton Sports Talk. To kick us off, we go to the Diamond, where your Rams varsity baseball team secured a win yesterday in extra innings, defeating Strathaven 4-2. The victory was highlighted by 5 closing innings by Henry Wheeler. They will go against Malvern Prep at 3:45. On another note, the weekend of May 21st, the men's tennis team will be in Hershey competing for a state title. They will be led by senior captain Newman Yielding. In softball, the Rams were involved in a high-scoring affair, with 26 total runs scored by both teams at Pencrest, resulting in a 15-11 loss. Additionally, be sure to support the boys varsity lacrosse team. They will face off on the turf at 5:30 Friday versus Boyertown Area Senior High School. In pro sports, the Sixers will look to continue the series in Game 6 tonight. Will Joel Embiid and the Sixers complete an improbable comeback after falling down 0-2, or does ex-Sixer Jimmy Butler slam the door shut and help the Heat advance? That's all for me. I'm Jack Lesser, and this is Harriton Sports Talk.
Thanks, Jack. Next, we have a story near and dear to the hearts of HHS TV, as Laurent Bruner and Sharon Spodak made this story months ago and it was never aired. Here is their report on the not-so-new-anymore chickens.
All right, so what did you specifically do to help with the chicken coop?
Well, the chicken coop itself was actually a class project. I have an advanced engineering class, and in that class, students can propose projects. And so I came to them and proposed to them the idea of researching and designing and building a habitat for chickens to be held, and have the students research, how much space does a chicken need, what type of materials would you need. So it actually was an engineering and design project, and we split that across a couple of different classes. So throughout the year, we did research on what a chicken coop should have, what kind of things do you need for the chickens, and then we did some sketches and did some drawings in the CAD software, and then we kind of voted on what some of the better concepts were and combined them into one idea. And then several students from each of my advanced engineering classes contributed to physically building the project. It started out in the back of this room where we sit, actually. We built some of the walls and then moved them down into where you see it now and finished the construction down there.
Do you plan on doing like a similar projects in the future?
In fact, we were just talking to some other teachers today about something not quite so big, but maybe just to add to the courtyard, maybe some benches for students to sit and eat, maybe some modifications to the chicken coop, but nothing that big is in the works right now. But we're actually trying to find some projects for students to do some other things, like I said, benches, maybe some tables or something we can.
And we also wanted to highlight the chicken named Bert after our very own technical director, Adam Gilbert. That's all for today's Ram Report. Signing off, this is Lauren Bruner
And Rachel Harmon.
from all of us here at HHS TV. Thank you for watching the Ram Report.